Men's sexual health challenges represent one of the most prevalent yet least discussed aspects of aging. The Massachusetts Male Aging Study, recognized as a cornerstone in men's health research, reveals that more than half of all men between ages 40 and 70 experience varying degrees of difficulty achieving or maintaining erections. This statistic underscores an important truth. If you're navigating these challenges, you're part of a vast community facing similar concerns. Despite its prevalence, this topic remains shrouded in unnecessary shame and misconception. The marketplace floods us with sensational promises and exaggerated claims, making it difficult to separate scientific truth from commercial hype. However, legitimate research demonstrates that specific natural compounds, when incorporated into daily routines, can positively influence circulation, vascular wellness, and erectile capacity. The foundation of this discussion rests on understanding rather than chasing miraculous solutions. Sexual health difficulties aren't character flaws or sources of embarrassment. They're physiological signals indicating areas requiring attention. Whether the underlying issues involve circulation, hormonal balance, or lifestyle patterns, viewing these challenges as informative feedback rather than personal failings creates a healthier perspective. Think of it as your body's communication system alerting you to necessary adjustments. Understanding how erections function physiologically provides essential context. Erections fundamentally depend on blood circulation. During arousal, the brain transmits signals through the spinal cord to pineal nerves, triggering the release of chemical messengers, particularly nitric oxide. This compound relaxes the smooth muscle tissue within penile blood vessels, allowing arteries to expand while simultaneously compressing veins to retain blood within the tissue. This coordinated vascular response produces an erection. As men progress through their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, several age-related changes naturally impact this process. The endothelium, which is the inner lining of blood vessels, becomes less capable of generating adequate nitric oxide. This molecule essentially functions as the activation mechanism for erections. When it weakens, the entire system struggles to respond effectively. Research published in urology journals consistently identifies endothelial dysfunction as a primary contributor to erectile difficulties. Testosterone levels also gradually decline with age. This hormone influences more than just sexual desire. It enhances the responsiveness of penile tissue to nitric oxide signals. When testosterone decreases, even adequate nitric oxide may fail to produce the desired response because the receiving tissue has become less sensitive to the signal. Circulatory conditions become increasingly common with advancing age, including elevated blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and excess weight. Each of these directly compromises blood vessel integrity. Research from prominent medical institutions demonstrates that men with cardiovascular risk factors experience significantly higher rates of erectile dysfunction. Some medical experts describe erectile difficulties as an early warning system for cardiovascular disease, often manifesting years before other cardiac symptoms appear. Nerve function also plays a crucial role in the erectile response. Diabetes and various forms of nerve damage can weaken the communication pathways between the brain and penis. Without robust nerve signals, the erectile response becomes delayed or incomplete. These physiological changes don't represent an irreversible decline. Rather, as they indicate where your body requires additional support. The systems enabling erections haven't disappeared, they've simply become less efficient. With appropriate strategies addressing endothelial health, vascular function, and hormonal support, you're not merely managing symptoms, but helping your body operate as designed. Coffee emerges as an unexpected yet scientifically supported element in this conversation. As the world's second most consumed beverage after water, as coffee has long been surrounded by conflicting information. Some worry about potential negative effects on cardiovascular health, while others dismiss it as merely a stimulant. However, recent research reveals coffee's significant role in vascular wellness, which directly connects to erectile function. A comprehensive study examining over 3,000 men and their coffee consumption patterns revealed striking findings. Men consuming the equivalent of 2 to 3 cups daily showed markedly lower rates of erectile dysfunction compared to non-coffee drinkers. This association remained significant even after accounting for age, weight, blood pressure, and other health variables. The explanation lies in coffee's complex composition. Beyond caffeine, which acts as a mild vasodilator, improving short-term blood flow, coffee contains hundreds of bioactive compounds, including powerful antioxidants like chlorogenic acids. These substances support endothelial health, protecting the delicate vessel lining responsible for nitric oxide production. Protecting this system directly safeguards erectile capacity. Additional evidence suggests coffee improves metabolic health, reducing type 2 diabetes risk, a condition strongly associated with erectile dysfunction. Research from major academic institutions notes that regular coffee consumption correlates with reduced rates of diabetes, stroke, and cardiovascular disease. Since protecting circulation indirectly protects erectile function, these benefits create a positive cascade effect. Moderation remains essential. Excessive caffeine can trigger anxiety, disrupt sleep, and cause heart palpitations in sensitive individuals. Research suggests the optimal range falls around 2 to 3 cups daily, providing benefits without adverse effects. The true breakthrough involves combining coffee with L-citrulline, a naturally occurring amino acid found in watermelon, cucumbers, and pumpkins. What makes this compound remarkable is how your body processes it. Once consumed, L-citrulline converts in the kidneys to L-arginine, which your body then uses to produce nitric oxide, the crucial molecule that signals pinal blood vessels to relax and allow blood influx. Interestingly, while directly supplementing with L-arginine might seem logical, research demonstrates L-citrulline often proves more effective. L-arginine taken orally undergoes rapid breakdown in the digestive system and liver before much reaches the bloodstream. L-citrulline bypasses this degradation, leading to higher, more sustained L-arginine levels in circulation. Clinical research supports this approach. A study published in a urology journal investigated L-citrulline supplementation in men experiencing mild erectile difficulties. Participants taking L-citrulline daily reported significant improvements in erection firmness and overall satisfaction compared to those receiving a placebo. While effects weren't as pronounced as prescription medications, the supplement provided a safe, natural, well-tolerated alternative enhancing vascular function without major side effects. Sports science research where L-citrulline is studied for improving blood flow and athletic endurance reinforces these findings. The same mechanism helping athletes deliver oxygen to muscles helps men deliver blood to the penis. Both operate through the nitric oxide pathway. Most research utilizes doses ranging from 800 to 1,500 milligrams daily, though higher amounts appear in athletic contexts. The supplement demonstrates good tolerability and is considered safe for long-term use in healthy individuals. However, those with kidney disease or chronic conditions should consult healthcare providers before starting. Erectile health and cardiovascular health are fundamentally inseparable. The arteries supplying the penis are considerably smaller than those serving the heart or brain, making them often the first location where vascular problems manifest. Erectile dysfunction can appear years before chest pain or cardiac events, which is why many cardiologists now view it as an early cardiovascular disease indicator. A landmark cardiovascular research found that men with erectile dysfunction faced higher risks of future heart attacks, strokes, and overall cardiovascular mortality even after adjusting for traditional risk factors. Difficulty achieving erections isn't solely about sexual performance. It signals that blood vessels throughout your body may not be functioning optimally. This connection means that interventions supporting erectile function simultaneously protect cardiovascular health. The same lifestyle modifications improving erections also safeguard your heart. Aerobic exercise like walking, swimming, or cycling improves endothelial function and increases nitric oxide production. A diet emphasizing fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and omega-3 fatty acids reduces inflammation and strengthens vessel walls. Quality sleep regulates hormones and maintains healthy testosterone levels. Stress reduction through mindfulness or breathing exercises controls cortisol, indirectly protecting testosterone and blood flow. Physical activity stands as perhaps the strongest natural erectile health enhancer. Research published in cardiology journals found that men engaging in regular aerobic exercise had significantly lower erectile dysfunction rates. Even among those with existing cardiovascular risk factors, exercise improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, reduces insulin resistance, and boosts nitric oxide production. Even 30 minutes of brisk walking 5 days weekly can meaningfully improve endothelial and sexual function. Sleep quality profoundly impacts erectile health, though many men underestimate this connection. Testosterone levels peak during deep sleep, especially in early morning hours. Cutting sleep directly reduces testosterone production. Research from major universities showed that men sleeping less than 5 hours nightly for just 1 week experienced 10 to 15% drops in testosterone, a dramatic change in minimal time. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep represents one of the simplest yet most powerful habits for restoring energy and sexual vitality. Pelvic floor strengthening, often associated with women's health, benefits men substantially. These muscles support the penis during erection and contribute to rigidity. Research demonstrated that men with erectile dysfunction performing pelvic floor exercises experienced significant improvements in erectile firmness and control compared to control groups. Simple daily contractions, similar to stopping urine flow, held for several seconds and repeated in sets, build this foundation. Nutrition beyond coffee matters considerably. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, and saturated fats damage blood vessels and reduce nitric oxide availability. Conversely, diets rich in leafy greens, berries, pomegranates, nuts, and omega-3 sources like fish or flaxseed provide antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, protecting vascular health. These foods don't just support erections, they reduce heart attack and stroke risk. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, suppressing testosterone and interfering with blood vessel relaxation. Men experiencing constant stress often report weak, inconsistent erections. Simple stress management tools like deep breathing, mindfulness, meditation, or structured hobbies can lower cortisol and restore hormonal and vascular balance. Alcohol and smoking represent silent undermining forces. Excessive alcohol depresses testosterone and damages the liver, while smoking directly injures the endothelium and accelerates arterial stiffening. Restoring erectile function requires reducing or eliminating these habits. Bringing this knowledge into practical application creates sustainable transformation. Most men already drink coffee, making it an ideal anchor habit. Adding a measured L-citrulline dose to your morning cup creates daily support for nitric oxide production. Over time, this consistency builds vascular resilience, making erections more reliable. Pairing this ritual with movement amplifies effects. After finishing coffee, taking a brisk 20-minute walk, performing bodyweight exercises, or practicing pelvic floor contractions combines improved nitric oxide availability with increased circulation. Throughout the day, focus on meals rich in whole plant-based foods, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Adding leafy greens to lunch, choosing salmon or walnuts for dinner, or snacking on berries instead of processed foods directly nourishes your endothelium. Recovery through 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep remains essential. Create consistent bedtime routines, limit screen time before bed, and treat sleep as seriously as work responsibilities. Testosterone and repair processes peak during deep sleep. Without adequate rest, other interventions lose effectiveness. When feeling overwhelmed, pause and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. This simple practice resets your nervous system and lowers cortisol in real time. Over weeks and months, these practices protect hormonal balance and circulation. Monitoring progress helps maintain motivation. Erectile health exists on a spectrum, and noticing small improvements like stronger morning erections, better stamina, or improved confidence keeps you engaged. Tracking your journey reveals how consistent daily actions accumulate. If symptoms don't improve, this information indicates it may be time for deeper medical evaluation of cardiovascular or hormonal health. This approach doesn't feel like medical treatment. It feels like living well. You're simply drinking morning coffee, moving your body, eating nourishing foods, and resting deeply. These aren't extreme interventions, but sustainable choices that, when combined, create long-term transformation in both erectile function and overall vitality. Instead of chasing quick fixes, this represents a lifestyle framework supporting strength and confidence in every aspect of life.